Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm going to turn down the desktop audio so that when notifications come on, they aren't as loud as the music was. Hello and welcome. Hope you're having a great Saturday evening. We're going to do some model kit building tonight and talk and hang out. Dude Wants His Rug is here. Harold is here. Harold is hosting. Thank you, Harold. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego emote in there, the scythe in there. If you're a subscriber of the Bear Cave, throw the emote in. Let me know you're here. If you're not a subscriber, you could just say hi. You just be like, hey, what's up? Chillin'. Um, Lashbrook is here. Hi, Lashbrook. Today is officially the end of Nathan Week, which is a nonsense, goofy, dumb thing that you only know if you're a Drawfee person. If you watch Drawfee, it's Nathan Week. So I'm wearing a Drawfee t-shirt that has green in it because it is also a Pride shirt. But yeah, I'm wearing my Drawfee shirt today to celebrate the end of Nathan Week over at uh, Couch Humor and Darkly over at Drawfee. Um, and yeah, hi, welcome. We're gonna build today. Yeah, I figure we mix things up and do a model kit build. We've got the Honoo here. Honoo is body complete, but still needs some wings and some swords, and a gun and a shield. And then we gotta transform it. We gotta make it a bird mode, which is just it's basically this, but you turn a few things around and you point the toes, and then when the foot falls off, and then you put the shield, which happens to look like the front part of a plane, weirdly enough. Odd shield, huh? You throw that shield in the front, and then you're good to go. We're also right now just hanging out, hoping a few more folks join us. It's a little light, I'll say that. Viewership numbers a little low right now. Um, we worked on the Honoo for a couple episodes. Maybe people were just whatever. Saturday night, maybe they're tuckered out from being up so late watching the TI. Maybe they're out doing things because it's almost the end of summer and they're trying to have a summer. I don't know, but yeah, a little light number wise. So hopefully, in a few minutes, more folks will pop in and we'll be able to have a nice big crowd. And if it's a small crowd, that also, that happens. I get it. I get it. Um, but yeah, a reminder if you are a subscriber that you got to hit that renew your subscription. Somebody renewed theirs today, and I hope that they show up in chat and throw that notification up so we know. But yeah, literally talking about how don't have a lot of viewers right now, and we did lose a viewer, which is okay. Maybe somebody was watching and they were like, I'm here for the cool tunes, and then the cool tunes went away. That's a new thing I'm trying out. I don't know if I like it, but I'm trying it. Harold says, there's a large number for you. Thank you. 349,192 is a big number. But yeah, and viewership is fluid, right? Because of any number of factors. Not only the fact that perhaps people will watch this on YouTube or VOD and they're not going to watch it live. That happens. I get that. And not everyone can watch live or can watch, 3 times a week or, they'll check it out later. Jam is here. Hello, Jam. Happy to have you here. Yeah, I've been happy to work on this kit. Happy to build it. And we're gonna talk tonight. We're gonna work on this model kit. You may remember on Thursday a piece from this part here fell off and fell on the floor, and I found it right away. So yeah, we got to put some wings and some swords and some other things on this. A couple of stickers left to put on. Then we're gonna jump over and do a wagon. We got the Master Roshi's wagon here. And we're going to build that. That's an easy build. That's 2 sheets. There's nothing to this. So we might even get through all of this and be done and start a Lego set. We got a Surfer Van 3-in-1 Lego set to build. Also, I was like, should this be a surprise? Hello, Epic Open World. Happy to have you here. It's been a little bit. Glad you're here in the chat. We're just hanging out, waiting. We're going to get to the building, but seeing if a few more folks want to join us tonight before we get to the build portion. But one thing, I got this model kit here that I built 2 years ago. This was the second model kit we built on stream. Now I have a rule, and many of you know this, that when I was building any Death Scythe, I was keeping those Death Scythes because it's my favorite Gundam, and it is. One thing I noticed, I pulled this out for another project. One, I noticed that I don't know what happened to the. There's a gold. Cannot find it, so I lost it somewhere. Part of its face is missing. As I was doing a video on this, I was like, oh, part of the front panel on the face is gone. The other thing I noticed is this was the second kit I did on stream. There's no stickers on here. I wasn't doing stickers then. So at some point, I'm going to put some stickers on this Death Scythe, and I think that'll be fun. I don't think I'm going to do any transfers. I think I'm just going to do the tacky stickers. But there are some stickers to put on this thing, and I think it's time to do that. So that is going to happen at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I have the box with me. I made a video looking at my next closer look video. Let's go to the overhead. Hopefully more folks will join us. If not, chill stream. Small stream? Okay, that's also possible. Hello. I'm just having trouble getting my face where I want it on this camera. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, as we look at this kit here, and we'll start to assemble the wings, which are also the swords, the wings and swords. Yeah, a thing that I did a video, which will be out a week from Monday. My next closer look video is about the fact that the F-91 is a very small mobile suit. The Gundam F-91 from the movie F-91 or F-91. Yeah, the idea was that this would be a smaller mobile suit, and it fucking is smaller. It shows. It is quite the tiny kit. So, hello Recyclable, happy to have you here. Working on our swords here. Yeah, so I compared and contrasted. I did a video, and like I said, it'll come up in 2 weeks or week and a few days. Just kind of looking at the different sizes, and the Death Scythe was a kit that I pulled out because of that, and I was like, I'm gonna put stickers on this thing. I don't know, the faceplate part, I don't know where that is, and I can't find it, but like I said, it's a Death Scythe, so it stays with me. Now, I do have, should point this out, I've said this, I do currently have Death Scythes on my Amazon wish list, with the idea being that I would, like to build all the Death Scythes again, and 2, I would send those out eventually. A fun thing I'll share now is, in this video, I kind of look at I try to look at a bunch of different series and what their model kits, what size they look like. I don't own any Gundam X model kits anymore, because I only built 2. I built the X and the Double X, and I just sent one away to a subscriber. Like, literally last month, I sent one out. So I have no kit to send. I was like, oh, I can't look at that. And that's okay. Are there re-releases for X? No, Recyclable. Perish the thought of them supporting the least popular, one of the least popular Gundam series that's ever existed. I thought maybe when they did the Blu-ray, when did that come? That came out like maybe last year, the Gundam X Blu-ray. Let me look that up. The Gundam X Blu-ray, when that came out, it was the first time that an official U.S. release of After War Gundam X came out. Because, they existed, or whatever, like subs. That's what whatever. Uh, yeah, because it came out in Japan in 2018. Yeah, it was supposed to be 50 episodes, and it ended at episode 39. They chopped it a bunch. They knew. It wasn't they were just like, no, we're done. But Gundam X is just unbelievably unpopular. I'm looking at After War Gundam X DVD Collection 1 on Right Stuff Anime right now. $37. That's not bad. Trying to see when this came. Oh, After War Gundam X Collection contained episode 1 through 19. So, 19 episodes for, not bad. Originally 50. Yeah. X and double X. So when the triple X, super hot and very sexy version coming. No. Also never. Also never. Gundam X is... I have a soft spot for Gundam X because nobody liked it. Look, there was so much going wrong with it, right? First and foremost, it came out after Wing, which was the revolution. Now, so F91 came out in 1991, and people were like, all right, okay, all right. Was this a full series? No? Okay. And then V Gundam came out, or Gundam V, which is one of the longest running Gundam shows. They made a lot of episodes of that, but people were just like, I don't know, meh. And so they were like, okay, well, this didn't work. We heard from fans that you were not interested in F91 and its tiny mechs, so we made them big for V. Not interested in that? Okay, sure. All right. Let's take a break. It's the 15th anniversary of Gundam is coming out. In 94. It'll be 15 years. We should put something out. People internally at Sun have been saying, do something weird. Let's do something weird with it. And we're like, fine, let's do something weird. And they put out G Gundam. And they made choices. Now, anyone that's watched these streams for a while know my opinion on G Gundam. In that I applaud its attempts to be unique and different. And I like the character design of a lot of characters and the designs of some of the mechs. It is incredibly problematic. It is stereotypical at best, racist, totally. At the time, felt bad in a lot of ways and fun in others. It wasn't all bad times. There are parts that are just troubling about G Gundam. But it did okay. People were like, all right. Yeah, okay. Hey, there are no child soldiers in this. There's like a couple young people in it, but most of them, like, there's some old men who pilot these suits. Like, there's a couple teens, and teens are important, and also sell merchandise. But we had a really young kid in V, and we were all like, let's take a break from the young kids. We'll just take a break from that and try this out. And people were like, yeah, all right. Okay, we see what you're trying to do. And they're like, okay, let's lean even farther in. We made a show. We liked the young people in it. Need a girl or woman protag? Yes, certainly. Oh, certainly. Or women with agency. Rain is incredibly important in G Gundam. she doesn't have a lot of agency in it. And then, you know, there are very few other characters in the show that do stuff, and they don't get to do a lot of cool stuff in the show, and it's a bummer in general. But yes, female protagonists, certainly. Uh, anyway, so that happens. It's a whole thing, blah, blah, blah. People were like, all right, okay, we like this out of world stuff, out of continuity. But like, G Gundam felt like Street Fighter. We need something a little more grounded, a little more real. What else you got? Well, what if we combined what if we made it more shonen? What if we got some hot gentlemen that maybe women would be interested in, but they do cool shit, so the guys will be into it. And there's Gundams, but they're like pretty distinct from one another. And there's like, hey, you don't have to like the main guy. You can like these other people. And they're child soldiers, but like, we won't really get too much into that. Because they'll have guns, but like, Uh, and people are like, okay. And just, we're going to get this musical group with like some really great singers. And it's kind of got this Euro beat to it. But they're Japanese singers. And we're going to have them do a bunch of different songs for it that are going to be the best music ever in Gundam. Because it's 1995 and we need to go all out with this. And so Gundam Wing comes out. And people were like, fuck yes. This is not my daddy's Gundam. This is my Gundam. And they are fucking blown the fuck away. And model kit sales are off the charts. And people are fucking psyched. And it's a good time. It is a good time to be a fan of Gundam. Epic World says real. You're fighting in huge robot suits, please. Yeah, I understand. But people still wanted a little more. They didn't want the fighty, monster of the week kind of show. Real-er. Yeah, real-er is probably it. I know you're joking, but also like, yes, you do have a valid point. That it's like, okay, but what are you talking about? So Wing is this huge thing, and by the end of it, you can kind of feel where the director leaves and there's another director, and it gets a little closer to some traditional stuff because it is trying to break away from a lot of it. It is in many ways, as Recyclable says, in many ways it is the origin story. There's, alliances are formed, and it's, sometimes it's slow. There are episodes without Gundams. There's basically Char. There's a guy in a helmet. There's a guy in a mask. That is pretty fucking cool. There's betrayals. There is presumed romance and actual romance. There's always a guy in a mask. Yeah, but like, this guy feels like Char. He doesn't feel like we need a Char. He feels like a Char. His name rhymes with sex, yes. But like, yeah, they succeed in their, hey, we should have a Char in the show. It's huge. No show that followed it was ever going to do as well as Gundam Wing. In many ways, X was doomed to fail as like a sophomore slump in a way. G is almost like the prequel to Wing, even though obviously, whatever. It's the predecessor. It's laying the groundwork for what Wing is going to be. And so I'm not surprised that people were like, wait, I do those twice. do that there. Sorry, I got ahead of myself here. Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. Okay, I get it now. So that's that, and now we're going to do the other ones. Great. Okay. Uh, Mr. Bob says he's grilling. So as someone does not watch Gundam shows, do the romance center around Gundam? The main characters are very much more superhero-like from G and Wing. All the pilots are too good, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and only one of them is a new type, and they don't call him fucking new type. He's just really good because he's not a full-fledged person. He's got just like lots of repression going on, and allows him to be extra special. Mr. Bob, I'm happy you're growing. So, Epic, there is romance in some of those shows. G, in many ways, I mean, literally, love is the answer to G Gundam. If characters did not 100% love one another, then that show would have ended differently. But, the new type stuff turned out bad after Mr. Bob. New types and child soldier stuff like hasn't aged particularly well. I mean, the fact they leaned into it in Iron Blooded Orphans is interesting, but like very much like yeah, people are just like yeah, it's rough. There's new type stuff in X. It's after a colony, so it's very reminiscent of the original storylines, even though it's a new story. There aren't a lot of Gundams in it. That's just the weirdest decision. It's mostly like love and friendship is always the answer. Certainly, especially in a shonen show. But G Gundam, or not G Gundam, Gundam After Colony Gundam X is in many ways more of a Macross show than it is a Gundam show. Because there are a lot of stretches where there's very few mobile suits because it's about Earth people on Earth after the colonies fell and the war is over and they're just trying to figure shit out. And like, that's cool, but the last one had 5/6 kick-ass Gundams. Recyclable, a lot of it is a big moving land ship dealing with a big moving land ship problems. And then there's like a mysterious girl and a young guy who happens to be a great pilot and nobody knows why, and mysteries and some evil dudes that might not be evil and some evil dudes that are definitely evil, and the sins of the past having to be solved by the children of the future. Also, it doesn't look as good. Also, Gundam X doesn't look as good as Gundam Wing. And, like, that's a fucking choice. Alright. It just... And part of that might be that, Now, when I say it doesn't look as good, that is... Charizard 1263 just followed. Thank you very much, Charizard. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. It's partially... Recyclable is probably low budget, but also it's partially because... I only saw X fan subbed, and it's totally possible that I didn't see a good transfer of it. I haven't watched the Blu-rays. The Blu-rays may look good, so I shouldn't dock it for not looking good, because that's also a large part of that is probably my memory of it just being bad. It might actually look okay. But yes, thank you very much for the follow. Always appreciate it. Thanks everybody who's watching. You know, we're building this Honoo thing. We're building a Gundam that only exists in a magazine as photos with text. This is one of the weirdest things that we've built on stream. But, as I always say, if it's Gundam Wing or Gundam Wing related, I'll build it. Because this is like ostensibly a Build Fighters kit, but is not in any of the shows or any manga or anything. It's just in basically like digital photos in a magazine with a story at the bottom. It's basically in a visual novel in a magazine. but it's a Gundam wing thing, so we're building it because that's what I do on the stream. But yeah, so when we talk about love stuff, there's always been like female characters, right? Some of them are stronger than others. Some of them fight. Some of them are just there to be kidnapped, unfortunately, and be sad. That is a not just a Gundam trope. That is a thing that exists and is a bummer. Um, and having like hints of romance in Gundam Wing wasn't anything new. I'm not saying that they like broke the mold. Uh, but yeah, like Lady Une is Lady Une obviously is a character who is a person with a damaged psyche, um, but is a really good pilot, and also knows that she's fucking up. She knows. I think Dorothy is a great character with great eyebrows. Um, the character I wish we Hildy. Hildy either needed to not come back and because the fans just decided they liked her, or have more to fucking do. But Hildy is a regret, in my opinion, is a bit of a regrettable character because she didn't get to do a lot of cool stuff. But then also, she basically like gets convinced that her way of thinking is wrong by Duo, and then disappears, and then apparently just hung out with Duo, and they're together in friendship or relationship or whatever. And it's like, okay, I wish she had done more. We got asked, not grid style, have you done any of the Verka kits? Yes, so, the version, yes. I did the Victory 2 Gundam, the clear version, which is I don't think the clear version worked great for y'all to watch me like put armor on that was clear. Uh, but I think it was really interesting to build, and I'm glad I did it. I don't know if I would do it again, like I said, because I don't know, like, it's probably like kind of hard to see. So I do them now and again. I do like to go and look. Mainly, I don't do them I don't want to repeat kits, really. I said that I'm going to do the Death Sights again, and that's mainly because I did them for a long time ago. So, like, the bats are out. Mr. Bob, what the fuck? What did I say? Oh, so, I would, I probably wouldn't do, like, the Master Grade for the Tall Geese 2 that has a new paint job. Because I've done the Tall Geese 2. And the new paint job is interesting, but I don't know. But if it's a kit I haven't built yet, if I've never built it on stream, and there's a version out there that, like, is pretty cool looking, and I've never built it, yeah. That's kind of what I look for when I go to conventions. Like, I'll be at New York Comic Con this year, and I'll go to Bluefin's booth and see what they've got. I have to check in. A friend of mine who is not good at being an internet person, which, hey, props to him for being able to avoid the internet and still live his life, supposedly got me a version of Gogeta, the Figure Rise kit, that was an exclusive at San Diego Comic Con. I don't know if he got it, because like I said, doesn't really, he is not a person on the internet that often. So I have not heard from him if, hey, did you actually get me that? If he did, it'll be a different version than the kit that you can just buy. It's like it's the Super Saiyan version instead of the just version that's going to come out. That's just Gogeta. So it's slightly different. But if I did get that, and I do build that, I'm then not going to just go and get regular Gogeta and also build that. Because the only difference is the version I had is Super Saiyan. I'm like, that's not worth it to me to do that. Um, I mean, that's just a roundabout way of saying that, like, I like looking at kits, the version, and if there's something that makes sense for me to build, uh, 11. I'll take a look. If it makes sense for me to build it on stream, I'm interested in. You know, um, we did the high grade versions of a couple Gundam Wing kits that there are master grades of them out there, but they're very expensive. I would still probably do the master grades because it would be nice because they're Gundam Wing, which is my favorite Gundam. So like the Heavy Arms and the Sandrock, and well, not the Shenlong, the Nataku. We did the high grade versions of those three because there are more expensive master grades, but they're very expensive and not something I am willing to pay, $150 to build if the high grade is out there. So someday I might build them. Uh, Particularly that Heavy Arms. Supposedly, a friend of mine is getting has a line on. Sorry, trying to figure this out. What do I want me to do here? Supposedly, a friend of mine has a line on. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay. On the special edition, the Shenlong, the manga version of the Shenlong that has the sword and shield. So I'm interested in that. Supposedly, that is something that he is going to be able to acquire. Okay, so now I understand what they want me to do there. It goes in there, it goes in there. Sorry, these instructions are a little bit confusing, but I think I've figured out what they want me to do now. And now because these wings are obviously different than the wings in the Gundam Wing Zero. They're applied differently and built differently, and it took me a second here to kind of figure out what they were looking for, but now I'm happy to do it. So on Twitter today, I made like a bit of a mini rant, and I am fine with kind of, just reiterating that. And it is my request that if you're at all interested, if you watched the Nickelodeon series, to maybe give a chance to watch the Invader Zim movie that's on Netflix. I think it's good. I was a big fan of Invader Zim, so there's certainly biases there because I'm a big fan of that. But I think in general, it's worth watching because it's good, but also because it exists, and that to me is remarkable. So the people that at Nickelodeon that really liked Invader Zim left during production. The people at the very high top of liking of liking Invader Zim eventually were just like meh. So when it came out, sometimes only half an episode would air, and the other half would be in the DVD or released later. There'd be weeks where it didn't show up in its time slot, and this is right before DVR, so there'd just be weeks where there wasn't an episode, and you were like, what happened? And they showed a couple episodes out of order, which for that series was okay, but it's still really frustrating. And then it just stopped existing. They put out the DVDs with commentary, and the commentary tracks on those DVDs are great, but that was kind of it. And then eventually, some people worked very, very hard to get the ability to put out Invader Zim comics. Invader Zim comics happened, and they're very good. Art's really good. Stories are really fun. It's a fun thing. So because the comics did good, people were like, oh, they'll probably do more Invader Zim. Jonan Vasquez does the commentary along with Trueheart and a few other people for the DVDs. I mean, they're old, obviously. But yeah, so he does the commentary. And yeah, they're interesting. I remember being really interested in watching those things at the time. This was the heyday of Netflix for me. Was getting those. But speaking of Netflix, so people were like, oh, they should probably do something with Invader Zim. The comics is really popular. There's still a lot of like hot topic nostalgia for Invader Zim. You know, the 90s and the 2000s are back. But Nickelodeon, you gotta remember, at this point, certainly, nobody at Nickelodeon is like, hell yeah, Invader Zim. Except for the person or persons who were like, we will do the work. Kohaku, hello. I believe Harold is hanging out for at least another 20 minutes here in chat. But so then somebody is like, I will do the work to help sell the property. That's not what you meant. Oh, I assume you mean he's watching, but then he's going to stop at 10 o'clock because he's going to go to bed. I assume that's what you meant. There was somebody that was like, I will do the work necessary to sell this property. Because in entertainment, as far as I can tell, in my meager dealings with the entertainment industry, which, you know, is some, not a lot, but some, you have to care about a thing because it's a pain in the ass to make things. It's not about money because they've got it. They've got the money. Because you can't just be like, well, this sold well and these sell well, so this will sell well. Because it still takes work. So you have to care about a thing enough to make it happen. And somebody cared enough to be like, we're never going to make anything with this. We will help you. And so Netflix bought the rights to Invader Zim from Nickelodeon, and that's why there's an Invader Zim movie, you know, direct to Netflix movie of Invader Zim. It exists because someone at Nickelodeon cared enough to make it possible for them to get the right to sell the rights. Because it would have been way easier to just say, yeah, no, nah, we're not interested. We're not going to do anything with this property ever. But we definitely don't want to sell it because that will take effort. Or to co-license it or to do anything with it. Because that's effort and that's somebody having to do a thing. And also Rocko's Modern Life. Indeed, yes. I'm back from a week in Vegas trying to figure out if I want chicken wings or just fried chicken. Asmo, I think you just want whatever chicken you can get, my friend. Also hi. Yes, Rocko's Modern Life is a little different. I haven't watched it. I don't have any nostalgia for Rocko's Modern Life. I remember liking it, but now we have a Breaking Bad movie coming out. Yes, that's so strange. That's a strange thing. But the thing that I've learned that is such a bummer is that, like, because people ask, like, why didn't this happen? Why didn't this happen? That seems like easy money. That seems like a no-brainer. And it's just because of the work. It's just because the work involved is a lot. And also, like, nobody at Nickelodeon right now, you want whatever chicken you can get. Hell yeah. You can quote me on that one. Um, Nobody at Nickelodeon now worked on Invader Zim in any capacity, licensed it. They don't have any connection to it. Nobody there works there. That's the big thing. When things don't happen fast, they often don't happen because people have to be there that care, and they have to be there long enough. Like, I've mentioned this. So we finished the wing here, and you can see it branches out kind of like that, and it's got the flames, and then also it's a sword, kind of. Because people have have brought this up, and I think it's worth asking. They're like, um, uh, hey, there's this video game. Now I won't say what it is because I do know people, um, that work on this project, so I'm not gonna. So this is 23. And I don't think that's going to matter anyway, but I'm just going to say it's 23, and then we'll move on to the other ones. This is 23. Because we got to do the other swords now. Um, so, there's this video game, and like I said, I won't say what it is because the people working on this people that are working to get the rights to this video game, it came out only in digital platforms, and now no longer exists. And you can play it if you own it. You can't buy it. It's not in storefronts. It's not a thing that is just available. Um, that's just the way this thing is going, which is frustrating. And people always wondered, what's the problem? This video game is based on a comic book. They even made a movie about it. And the movie didn't do great, but it's a great game. And it's not based on the movie, it's based on the comic book. So why isn't it a thing? Is it the artist? Did the comic creator not like the game? That sucks. Let's bother that person about that. Is it the music, all the music from it? Is it like the rights holder of the music? It is the composer and the band who did all the music? Oh, we'll ask them. Like, why doesn't this exist? Why isn't this a thing? It's not them? Okay. Buzzkill just subscribed with Just Prime. Hi, Buzzkill. Thank you very much for the subscription. Hey, folks, if you're currently a Bear Cave subscriber like Buzzkill, let's throw the Bear Cave emote, the Lego emote, and say thank you. That rules. Recyclable's already beaten me to it. Welcome. So it turns out that this comic property that has a video game, the comic creator, when they got it made as a movie, the company that made the movie has certain controls over the project, so you could get it going and the property. They would have to basically agree that the game should be re-released, or give up rights to it, or sell the rights to it, or do work. They'd have to do work. Well, that movie came out a while ago, and nobody who wanted that project, who wanted that movie to come out, have anything to do with what's going on now. They don't work at that company. They haven't worked at that company in years. Nobody cares. It's just a signing of a document saying, hey, yes, you can do this. But they would have to agree to that, and there's no reason for them to agree to that, so they don't agree to that. And so then the thing just doesn't exist. Because it's easier to not do anything. And then at certain points, there have been people that are like, you know what? We're not going to make anything on this, but, this makes sense. This is doing well. Okay. Or, yeah, we should sell this. And they've worked on it. But then they left their job to go to another job, or they got moved on another project or whatever, and it doesn't keep going. Because this company makes enough money that they don't need to care. Pat, I can feel people not wanting to pay for work, especially when they're not getting returns. It's hard, man. Yeah. I mean, in this instance, it's a rights holder a partial rights holder of a specific product does not want to do the work to doesn't want to do paperwork. Like there's just nobody championing it. And it's frustrating because this game would sell more copies and people would be excited about it. And the only thing that's stopping them is people at another thing. And it's a bummer. I do have friends that are, and like the reason why I know all of this is because I have friends who have worked very hard to change that, who are still trying to make this project exist, and they constantly work on it, and it's always a bummer to hear when there's another roadblock, which is why I won't say what it is, just because I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to. I can't imagine that a Twitter thread by me would make anyone would cause a stink, but I don't want it to be like picked up by somebody. I don't want to cause problems, especially if some of this information was just like somebody venting to me. But yeah, I hope they find a way, because that game was good, and at least one person was in my DMs today being like, is it this game? And I'm like, yeah, it's that game. Because they had heard a similar thing where they knew a musician in a music group that did music for a video game that their fans of the game are constantly like, why do you demand that it doesn't exist? Why are you stopping it from existing? And they're like, we didn't. We like the game. We want more people to hear our music. We didn't do anything bad. Ugh. Yeah, it's just frustrating because like it's this weird thing where you're like, oh, the thing that's holding this back is just some random people not wanting to do something. Super sucks is when a property becomes owned out of the new owner's understanding. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, like, well, we don't know what this was, and we don't know why someone likes it, but we have this now. All right. We're not sure why we have this thing, but we do. Okay. Yeah, that can be a bummer. Okay. All right, so now we're going to connect these again. Yeah, I mean, so watch Rocco's Modern Life. Watch Invader Zim. Marvel at the fact that both those things came out, because it's kind of ridiculous. Harold cheers 100 and says, I should probably say something here. Oh, where the text line. I get it. Harold, top of the leaderboard, keeping it consistent, punching up above Ultron and the bits. Thank you for that. I'm going to watch Invader Zim. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Is Invader Zim incredible? No, it's good, and I love it. Like, and it's, yes, and that is nostalgia talking. A lot of that's nostalgia talking about Invader Zim. Is this new Zim just more fucking Zim? Hell yeah, it is. But I got more Zim in 2019. I'm psyched about that. The thing what broke Jonan Vasquez broke his heart more than anything. Like, yeah, I'm glad. I think the Zim comic is fantastic. It was driving me nuts, and I think I figured out the game, and I own it already. All right, Asmo. I mean, I'm being vague, but I'm also not being vague because, like, I don't know. Like I said, I know stuff that, like, it's not like I know things. I just heard things that was in confidence, so gotta be cool. Zim, the show is on Hulu. Yes, Lashbrook, yes. Zim is on Hulu, but the show is on Netflix because of Nickelodeon and their deals. Who knows how long it'll be on Hulu? Rights issues are weird. All of it is weird. All the streaming stuff is so strange and nonsense. If any 90s creator come back into relevance with a 90-minute Netflix deal is awesome. Yeah. I think it's just like if people get to keep working on things and do things they want to do, you know, now people will only bug Jonan Vasquez about Johnny the Homicidal Maniac adaptations, of which there should never be. Uh, Johnny was of a time and of a place, and I don't think would hold up, and I don't know what you would do with new, and I think I Feel Sick. Johnny is a complete thing too. Yes. I mean, one, Johnny is a complete thing, and two, I Feel Sick 1 and 2 finishes up and is the companion piece, a credible companion piece to Johnny, that I always recommend to folks, because I do think that it's, I mean, partially I think it's because Vasquez just like understands what, not what he was trying to say with Johnny, but what people were reading, what people were getting out of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. I think is, I Feel Sick is like his response to that, and is a great piece of fiction. Now I'm going to read that tonight. I have the two somewhere in a box somewhere. I don't keep a lot of comics, but I kept I Feel Sick 1 and 2. I have a first press of I Feel Sick 2. Slave Labor Comics. A name that has not held up greats. It just hasn't. Okay. So this is going to go here. That wasn't exactly in a good taste then either. No, it was not. It was definitely we're a small, weird publisher with a name that people will talk about. Ha ha ha. We're edgy. We're edgy. Yeah, it wasn't great at the time. All right, so the wing is now body complete. We're going to build the accessories. We're going to do our last couple stickers. We're going to build the guns. We got to build the guns. So I know that these open up, for flight mode. These rocket things open up somehow. And I don't know. Do you take this part off to make it a sword? I guess you take this part off. Yeah. But you can also take part of off, take the inside out, or inside part off, and you can hold them as swords if you want swords. Which is pretty fun. Gotta take those arms apart to do that, but yeah. So these could be swords. Everything was edgy there. Not to derail convo, but during my time away, were new Hearthstone nerfs discussed? Asmo, I have not talked about the Hearthstone nerfs. No. Then that is a good derailment. We're going to take a pause for the cause in a moment or two anyway, but we'll keep these swords on for now. Yeah, new Hearthstone nerfs are in some ways very interesting, in some ways very necessary, and in one way, not fucking enough at all. I think I actually maybe did talk about it on stream. Maybe. But yeah, Pocket Galaxy, great. Arms, mixed on that. Barnes, okay, but doesn't solve the problem. They need to just fucking actually not have Barnes. They need to just make Barnes non-playable in Wild. But what is the one that... fundamentally, Dr. Boom Mad Genius. Making it 9 means you can't hero power on that turn. which is great, but also doesn't fundamentally change the problem, which is that it gives all mechs rush. It still gives all mechs rush, therefore, it is still broken and bad. That is my opinion. They did not fix Dr. Boom. Ugh. I hate Dr. Boom, mad genius. Just, just frustrating. It increases the amount of time you have to beat that version of Warrior before you slowly start losing to that version of Warrior. So that's all it does is just increase. It gives you 2 more turns. Buh. Um, sorry that I'm just talking shit about a Hearthstone, but yeah, I am consistently frustrated with that card, so not thrilled about it. And they should have known that doing the buff to more arms or whatever was gonna make that card nonsense. And in fact, instead of fixing that card, why don't they just go ahead and Conjure's Calling got off easy, but I also played a lot of Warrior, so I like Dr. Boom being a little broken. Yeah, I don't like Dr. Boom at all. Conjurer's Calling, I think, could have been 5 instead of 3. 4 does screw up that. Some people have said they think it should be whatever you played that card for, so to break the interaction it has with Giant, that's a way to go with it. Or make giants cost more is another way. I'm mixed on that. The thing that they should do is Hall of Fame, the double your whatever the priest card is that doubles your health. Just Hall of Fame that card, and then you have solved my problems with priest in standard, I should say. It doesn't fix the problems I have with priest in wild, but that's a whole separate thing. But yeah, Conjurer's Calling for 4 does kind of break it, and that's good. But I do think the make 2 copies of whatever for the mana that it cost when it went down. I bet the Hall of Fame is coming later in the cycle. Yes. Yeah. Divine Spirit is the card I'm thinking of. They should Hall of Fame Divine Spirit. Because that card breaks the priest archetype so much in ways that I do not enjoy. Alright, so I'm going to build one of these weapons, put a sticker on it, and then we will take our pause for the cause. If you're new here, pause for the cause just means that we're going to take a break, and I'm going to stop building for a moment or two while I talk to you about ways you can support the stream if you're so inclined. I do it every stream, usually in about the middle of the stream, but we will finish this up here. We got to build 2 of our weapons here, 2 of our guns, because they lock together. Because you could hold one in each hand and then connect them into a big double. And we got 1 sticker to put on. We only have 3 stickers left. We'll put 1 sticker on. And then next half we'll talk about the anime I watched since Thursday's stream. Because there's some anime to talk about. I watched some anime. Weird, I know. But I did. I totally did. Alright, so this has a bend in it, and I don't know. Goes like this. There. Just. Okay. following the bends here. Wait, anime is still a thing you can watch. They haven't banned it yet. Nope. Anime has not been banned. Not yet, anyway. Um, since we do have some new followers, we do have some new subscribers, we do have some new viewers, I should say that all the shows I'm about to talk about, I watch on Crunchyroll. I have a gifted premium subscription from a friend who is an employee of Verve, which allows me to watch things on Crunchyroll. So you can, if you must, take everything I say about the anime that I'm going to talk about in the second half with a grain of salt, because I am I'm not a paid representative, but I don't pay for my Crunchyroll account. When I talk about Hulu shows, I pay for Hulu and gripe about it constantly, as many of you know. So we'll build the other blaster in a moment. Yeah, I'm not a shill, but I do attempt to be open about it. Believe me, you always know. If I ever build a kit that was gifted to me by a company that made it, or a business that sells kits, or a store, or anything like that, if I ever ended up with any of that, it would be, you'd be well aware that is what's happening. And the same way, in the same breath that I talk about how kits are gifts, like the Honoo off my wish list, which we'll talk about soon. Those are, I'm always trying to be transparent about these things. That's always my goal. If you're currently a subscriber, throw the Baer Cave emote in there. We're going to do our pause for the cause. Let the people know. The Lego and the Baer Cave emotes are for $5 supporters. $10 and $15 a month, or whatever the tier 3 is. No one's ever been tier 3. If you're tier 2, you got the Scythe emote, the Death Scythe Pat, which I love. These are all done by Alexandra. Love her to death. We'll quickly just go through ways you can support the stream. First and foremost, thank you for watching. Saturday, y'all showed up. I was a little worried because not all of you showed up at 9 p.m. Eastern. Some of you showed up at 9:15, which is great, and thank you. But yeah, we got another hour of building. This is just the pause for the cause. Subscribing on Twitch is a great way to support the stream. You can use your Twitch Prime token. If you link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime. You get some deals of some free games that you'll download and maybe play. But you also can support, using your Twitch coin is like a free chance to support a streamer. Or you could use Cash Money. Those are options. You got those options. Also, I have a Patreon. You show my Patreon. I just did a Q&A video. Once a month, I do a Q&A video that is Patreon exclusive. So only my Patreon gets to watch that completely exclusive Q&A. I usually answer like 2 or 3 questions a month. And there's other rewards. So you can take a look at that. I have an Amazon wish list. This kit was bought off my Amazon wish list. So I'm going to quickly talk about that. I'm going to put that in the... Here, it's also in the show description on Twitch. I noticed a couple of my friends in the chat. Thank you for coming. Yes, Harold hosts the stream quite often, which I always appreciate, and sometimes retweets as well. Yeah, tweets and retweets, and I really appreciate that for that, and like letting people know what's going on. Always appreciate that. So my Amazon wish list, as I mentioned, if you buy something on that, it just gets sent to me. I build it on the stream. I got a couple cheap options up top. I just put up this week the Thousand Sunny and the Going Merry, the 2 ships that have been the Straw Hat Pirates ships in One Piece, which I did not know were model kits, and I would like to build at some point. Those are in there. Let's see. The Haro Gundam Build Fighters kit thing is on sale. That's a silly thing. Oh, I just added Gotenks. I didn't know that I did not have the Figure-Rise kit of Gotenks, Super Saiyan Gotenks. I didn't know I didn't have that on my wish list. It's now on the wish list. That would be a fun kit to build. As I said, and then somebody in chat the other day was like, I would buy you a Eva. If you bought Eva 01, put that on your wish list. I'll buy it. They're in my wish list. It's in your court now. You don't have to. It's okay. But yeah, that's a way to support the stream if that's something you like to do. If you don't want to go through Amazon, you could buy a gift card on USA Gundam Store and then DM me or whisper, my DMs are open, or whisper here on Twitch uh, that code and I could redeem it because you get an email. USA Gundam is a great store. That's an alternative if you don't want to use Amazon. And I understand if you don't want to. I get it. I also have a coffee. That's just donations. And then anything I get through Twitch subscriptions, through bits and coins on Twitch, through coffee and Patreon, all that goes into buying kits to build on stream. Because as many of you understand, and I say this on occasion, if I was a PUBG streamer, I would have bought PUBG, and then I would just play hundreds of hours of PUBG. I'm not a PUBG streamer. I'm a builder, and so kits have to appear. And I'm not, I'm not made of money. Far from it. So your help is always appreciated. I have a Discord. You're more than welcome to join the Build with Bear community Discord. I occasionally post things. I post photos of everything we build here on stream. And then other people post the stuff they're working on. If somebody who watches the streams is building something, they'll put photos up. And that can be if you paint miniatures, if you're putting together IKEA furniture, if you're a painter. Like, I love seeing stuff. You do digital work. I would love to see that in the chat, in the chat, yes, but also in the Discord. All right, so that's all I need to say there. I'm going to drink more water. Now's a great time for you to drink water too, if that's something you need to do or want to do. We're going to talk about anime. We're going to finish this gun. We're going to build the beams saber. We're going to build the shield. We're going to put the last sticker on. And then we're going to be complete on this kit. Build complete. And I'm going to talk about anime. But first I'm going to ask, Asmo, what did you decide on? Or are you still deciding? I want to know. It popped in my head that I want to know. Let me know what you're going to do about your chicken decision. So a thing I like to do in the second half of the stream, because we do 2 hours here. Any more than that, and I run out of things to say, and my build abilities go bad. What if I get ice cream out of the freezer instead of water? Well, Epic Open World, there is liquid in ice cream. Obviously, it's in a frozen state. I'll let you decide that. I have fried chicken and sides on the way. Hell yeah, Asmo. As I said, get that chicken any way you can. I'm glad you're getting that chicken. So yeah, I watched some anime. I'm going to talk about some of that anime. I think it is, first show I will talk about is let's see. Dr. Stone. I don't like the new characters. I wish they weren't there. I understand that they wanted to build the world out and keep going with it. I still think it's a great show. I just kind of would rather not. I mean, maybe I'll learn to love all these characters, all these new characters, and their things and their wants and their needs. Maybe I'll really get into them. But right now, I'm like, it's good, but I don't know. I kind of like it's the three of us trying to figure this shit out, and also the fourth one of us that wants to murder at least one of the three of us. Oh fuck, we really screwed this up. I liked it. Ramen though, well yeah, I mean ramen's great. No disrespect to ramen. So yeah, Dr. Stone, a little disappointed. It's still good. It's still weird. It's still very good at just undercutting its own tension moments, like breaking its own tension moments. It's still pretty good at that. Speaking of tension moments, um, uh, Fire Force is like they moved fast. I thought this whole episode was going to be the fallout of the section 5, section 8 issues. The companies. I thought this was going to be the fallout of that, and it was at the very beginning. And then they're just like, okay, now deal with this shit, and they just throw them into the fire. And then also, they shouldn't. You don't give dummies. This is also a thing for Dr. Stone, but like, you can't give dummies undercover assignments. If they're goofy, silly characters, you can't give them responsibilities because they're gonna fuck it up. I understand that's storytelling. That's part of it. But like, come on, that's your master plan. Trust a bunch of dummies to work undercover. I don't know. The art in this one was really good as always. Fire Force. People are sleeping on it. It's real good. Um, it is a really good shonen show, and obviously, yes, there is a bunch of good shonen right now between Black Clover and One Piece being incredible right now, and Demon Slayer, which I'm still not caught up on, and Dr. Stone, and is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Um, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Season 2, cliffhanger. Good fallout. We knew what was coming. The reoccurring gags of people being mad that Belle went to the red light district is very funny. And I can imagine there's a couple characters that don't know he did it, and I can imagine that like coming out in conversation later, and then that being like a repeat gag. It's a pretty good gag. All right, so we finished our gun here, um, and that'll just have uh, can have that sit there. It's our double blaster. Blaster's complete. We can now move on to the cockpit shield, and we'll build that. But yeah, honestly, like I go back and forth, different shows and different feelings on the shows. But overall, I would say right now, like, I must answer this question. What's your favorite anime this season? It's, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? I think it's just such a good show. And I think that the tension has been really great, and the character work is great, and they did the thing. Or they already did the thing. They already did the thing. The thing that fans of the first show really wanted to see in the second, which is they built up the family. People joined the familia. It's grown and like is a real thing, and I'm psyched about that. That's a good show. It's like the lamest. So is it wrong to try to pick up? Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Do they answer it? Recyclable. They pose the question. It's all about the familia. Yes, it is indeed. The fact that they finally like are a real crew is so great, and not just like a hodgepodge. It's so awesome. So here's the thing about Belle. He has finded ladies, and they are liking what they see. Part of the plot right now is, unfortunately, some mean Amazon ladies are real into Belle, and that is, yes, he is cute, but they're into Belle, and it's not good. It's bad. There's a whole gag a couple episodes ago that I really liked of Lily, who is the supporter. She carries all the stuff. And her being like sizing up people and being like, yes, no, no, no. Just Amazons be like, I don't want to risk it. It's yeah. Some of these Amazon ladies have some thoughts about Bell that aren't good. Okay, so we can put the beam saber on there. We're gonna do that there. Um, it's risky for him, so we're hoping it turns out okay. There's a cliffhanger in the end of this episode. I really like it. I would say if you want to watch check out the first season. It is not an isekai. It is an action series in a fantasy world, but there is RPG mechanics and there's discussion of leveling up and working in a dungeon. It feels like an RPG anime because that's what it is, and it's storytelling is really great, and the characters are fun, and you know, there's people really like the big boobed short uh, goddess. People are real big fans of that goddess. She's fine. She's nice. She's a fun character. Her reactions are really fun. Hestia, yes. Hestia, like the name went out, but there's some cool gods and goddesses characters in it. Yes, said the RPG mechanics as a Christian are so well implemented. Yes, you're totally right. They feel very natural in what is otherwise just a fantasy series. But yeah, good strong characters, fun interactions. Um, but yeah, it's a good show. That's the end of the stickers. Now we can put this on here. All right. That's good to hear. Last demo anime I watched was Log Horizon, and its rules kept bending to fit the plot, which I understand why they do it. Yeah, so I think Log Horizon is probably the most successful. Oh no, we're in a video game, because I think that there are parts of Sword Art Online over the many seasons of it and the changes made that are good. I don't think as a whole Sword Art Online is good. Dot Hack is all right, but yeah, I think Log Horizon, like the interactions of NPCs, the understanding that NPCs have grown and changed, I think is interesting. But yeah, I think that like season 1's better than season 2, by a long shot. The last time I was here a few weeks ago, I mentioned I found season 1 on YouTube. I watched one episode and liked it, and then it got taken down. It only took them a year to take it down. Yeah, sometimes that's just the thing, right? If you're ever interested in the show, you should see if Hulu or Crunchyroll or whoever, or Funimation, if they've licensed it, there may be a full episode available. Crunchyroll has a thing like Crunchyroll Collections, which they put up like full episodes of shows to entice you to then get a subscription or watch it through their site. Not every show, but a lot of shows. So like the first episode of Laid Back Camp is available on YouTube if you want to watch that, which I would recommend because I love it. Because Laid Back Camp is one of my favorite shows. You don't want to mess with Crunchyroll Collections. Solf. Comedy. But yeah, I mean, like, it's always good to kind of check things out. LBC is so good. Yeah, it is my second favorite isekai. Not isekai. Oh God, if that was an isekai. It is my second favorite slice of life show. It is a show where nothing happens. It's the chillest anime ever made. It is indeed. I would say my favorite slice of life is Flying Witch, which I talked about the other day. I just was in the mood to watch one of the episodes of Flying Witch because there is an incredible bit in there that I didn't get the first time I watched, and now upon further viewing is just incredible. I'm looking for comedy anime to watch. Just finished Granblue Fantasy. Don't watch Granblue Fantasy. Yeah, that didn't look good. That didn't look enticing. Comedy. So obviously, comedy is hard. Uh, I don't always look towards my anime for jokes. A funny show that I liked from last season is a short one you could watch really fast. So let me see if I can remember the name of it. Actually, I'm going to just look at. I'm just going on. I'm going on Crunchyroll right now, and then I'm going to look at my recently watched to see if show me. No, no, it will not let me view more. Okay, well that's just Prime. Uh, oh, there we go. Okay, so uh, there was a cute one. Are You Lost is pretty funny. It's not super funny. It's more of an action show, but it has jokes in it. Oh, okay. Yatagome-chan. Uh, I gotta stop this before it starts because I don't want to get content ID'd. Yatagome-chan is a short 3-minute episode thing, so you can blow through it. It's a guy who moves to a new town, a new district in Japan, and is dealing with understanding the customs there. And there's also a girl who's like a little cat-like, Yatagome, and it's him dealing with her. Yatagome-chan is pretty funny. Um, oh, so the other anime shows. Sorry. Um, the other anime shows that I want to talk about here. Oh, we got to do the. We got to transform this. I got to find the. It's time to transform. Got to transform this thing into vehicle mode. So we'll do that now. Fruits Basket is still really good. I'm not in really a drama mode right now, but it's a good drama, so I still give it a lot of love. Pat said he's not a fan of Konosuba. Yeah. Recyclable remembers. Yeah. Konosuba, I just don't like the characters, and I don't know if I ever will. Like, I wanted to like it, and as I said, I'm nervous because the creator of it is doing that wrestling anime. The Wrestling Isekai that's coming out next season, and I was like, oh, I hope your jokes are better, or there aren't jokes in this one, and it's just fun and not funny. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Konosuba. I did a search on Hulu, and they have season 1 of Visit Run to Try to Pick a Girl in Dungeon. Add Celeste. Oh, great. Yeah, I mean, like, I really like Don Mackay or Don Machi. I think it's just a great, fun series. And Belle is just a fun, like, Belle gets the advice of meeting cute girls in a dungeon from his grandfather, but that's not really why he's doing it. He's doing it because his grandfather was like, you should go and become a adventurer and a hero, and then you'll meet cool ladies. Uh, but he's not like necessarily doing it just for that. Uh, all right. Okay. So real quick, I'll talk about this, but y'all, I got nothing to say. It's the fourth Friday, and yesterday was the fourth Friday of the month. So the SD Gundam World Sangoku Soketsuden came out. Y'all, it's not good. This is the oh no, I've been unfollowed and banned. Uh yeah, I'm just not super into it. It's okay if you are. It's just not my thing. So Epic Open World, I've never seen the dub, so I can't tell you if the dub is good or not. I can tell you, I watch things subtitled. That's just me. But so I can't tell you. But like if you're like, well, I'd rather just like have it on while I do other things. Go with a dub. See if you like it. If you don't like it, maybe switch over. If the voices seem like really annoying, swap back. But yeah. So there's a new Gundam show. It only comes out once a month. It's like 15-minute episode. It's all computer and looks weird. And it's somehow Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but Gundams. So there are Gundams with facial hair. And it's weird, and I don't think it's good. And I'm going to keep watching it because it only comes out once a month, and I might forget the next time that I didn't think it was good. So we're going to transform this into flight mode, which we'll figure out here, which I have not done, obviously, because I hadn't finished it. So we will figure this out as we go. And this goes like this. And then this is going to go. Oops, popped off. So we can do this one. Is Lubu in it? I think. I can't remember. The main character is like. The main character might be Lubu. I don't remember. I'm going to look it up. It's weird. They ride motorcycles, and it's a post-apocalyptic world where they're like, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, there are two episodes. The first episode came out in like April, and then came out again, like came out on the web in April, and then in July came out to like websites that you could watch them on. I'm trying to remember the character. The main character might be Lubu. I gotta look it up. Uh, yeah, Lubu Unicorn Gundam. That's right. Yes, and Haru's in it, of course. Uh, and Zhang He, the Zhang He Ultron Gundam, right? So weird. It's so weird because they also say, "I'm the Lubu Unicorn Gundam," and it's like, what? Why are you saying all of those words? What the fuck is this? What is this? All right, so we gotta. Let's see here. Yeah, put it like that. Okay, that goes like that. Figure out. Okay, so that goes like that. It goes like that. And these open up like this. That doesn't seem right. The bird mode is always like, this is a cool thing, and then you do it and you're like, this isn't that cool. I think the Epion does a better job of being the two-headed dragon, but also it's also just kind of like laying on it. Yes, Gundams fuck. So if Gundams have facial hair, they mean they have hormones, and they come to a question our time. Do Gundams fuck? I mean, in this one probably because they must. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Don't make me answer the hard questions. Uh, all right. So that's like that. That's like that. Then I gotta put guns underneath this. I don't know where they go. The gun goes. Where do these guns sit? They sit on the outside of these flames. Such a yeah. Doing this is always so like, huh? I think I understand what I'm supposed to do here. All right, and then this goes somehow. Okay, sure, and that works, I guess. Just gonna go. Alright, I don't know where the guns go, so I'm not going to worry about it. Wait, which of the lady? I don't know. Maybe they reproduce asexually. I don't know. I'm not answering. I'm not asking these questions. Y'all are asking these questions, and I'm trying my best. I don't know. Oh, there it goes here. Okay. There it goes. The Gundam babies are built like a like a model kit. Yes. Okay. There you go. Yes. They get the components, and then they have the base models, and then they can take parts of themselves and customize the kits to their likings. And they don't call it kit bashing because that's crude, so they don't call it kit bashing, but it's kit bashing. All right, so and then this just sort of fits here. All right. Bird mode is kind of engaged. This is kind of bird mode. And thus, I am done with this kit. The Wing Zero Honoo, which is only in a magazine and doesn't exist outside that magazine, is complete. A weird kit, but it's cool. Weird that they made the Bean Saber. Yes. I dig the wings too. I think the wings look really sharp. I don't know if taking off the... I don't know if this looks as cool. The sword. I don't know if it looks as cool. But I think as a wing, it looks really cool. I think it looks better as like a possibility than in practice. Alright, I gotta take this off and fix it. This is what I get for trying to do something. A green beam saber means he's single and looking for action. I mean, alright. I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about this dude. All I know is that he made himself a flame cool Gundam wing kit. And it also flies. And that's that. I'll take a photo of this later. I'm going to have to take 2 photos because I'm going to have to transform it and take multiple photos. But it's time. We have time left in the stream to jump in and start working on another kit. This is going to be a pretty quick build. We might even finish it in 25 minutes. I don't know. I don't know, if we'll finish the stickers for it or not. But had some extra pieces in this kit too. But whatever. Keep that there. Yeah, we're doing a Dragon Ball kit. Now, there are 7 of these that came out as part of the Mecha collection. They're all little vehicles. Things to know about these kits. They're small. There are stickers. There are a couple pieces in this kit that are not part of this kit. They are part of a thing where if you bought all 7, you could make the plane that Bulma pilots, the Romantic Flyer. And also, the size of these boxes are reminiscent of manga collections, of like graphic novel collections. And so you can put all the boxes together, and they will look like a piece of art, and it's all of the different kits. So this has like like pieces of the plane, and if you have all 7, you can build that. I don't have all 7. It's fun. It's a fun little thing. The other thing is, like I said, it's two pieces here, so you would have to, if you wanted to, paint the people. And the people are tiny. We actually built I have a alt version of the first one, which was metallic, and that one was very hard to put together. To put Goku together, particularly. Specifically, I should say. But yeah, this is Master Roshi's van. We got Master Roshi and Krillin and Goku and Yamcha all in their gis hanging out. It's about the size of my big version of the DBZ manga. Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, it's got some stickers, so we'll apply those. to the van. But yeah, uh, I think that the motorcycle, Bulma's motorcycle, which was the first one with Goku, like the motorcycle she's riding when she meets Goku, is probably my favorite. I have the other ones on my Amazon wish list that I haven't bought before. Let me look at that real quick because I've built a few of them, and I have the other. I've built. Let's see. So I built three. This is the fourth one, and I have three more to build, which is Ox King, Ox King's vehicle, which is like the hover ship thing, which is kind of fun. Oolong's road buggy, which I don't even fucking remember, and Yamcha's Mighty Mouse, which is the name of Yamcha's car. It's called the Mighty Mouse. No, Mr. Satan's beautiful thing. As far as I know, no. Of course, we didn't know Mr. Satan in Dragon Ball because these are Dragon Ball things. So we weren't familiar with with Hercule at that time. We had been to hell, the home for infinite losers, but we didn't know anything about Mr. Satan. I would like a Piccolo when they learn how to drive. Yes, driving Piccolo would be a fun one. Yeah, this just seemed like a cute little kit that was picked up recently by a viewer. Thank you. I'm gonna look it up to see who it was because I can't remember who bought this. So we'll go to. We'll stop that. Oh yeah, that was Taltos. That's right, the real Taltos picked this up, which is awesome. Um, Sorry about that. My allergies are kicking in a little bit. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna put some like these are really simple, easy kits. They're small, they're simple to put together, which is But I like having a few cheap options. Like I said, the other ones, the three that I've built, I just bought at like conventions. Like if Bluefin sells them all, and I'll just pick up a couple. And so I will most likely pick up the other ones at some point. And then eventually be able to put together the eighth kit, which is all components, because I have the components from them. Because even though the thing that sucks is, so like I said, I have an old version of the first one. It's a different box, so I won't be able to do the whole put all 7 boxes together, and that sucks. But other than that, it's the same thing, and that's cool. All right, so this goes like that. This goes like that. Like I said, this will be probably a pretty quick assembly. Stickers will be the thing that we'll do on Monday. My streaming schedule next week is weird because I'm going away, because I'm going to PAX West in Seattle. So, normal stream on Monday. Normal stream on Wednesday night, 9 p.m., doing a build stream. That'll be the last official build stream of the month. That's when I will make sure your subscription is renewed for that, because somebody on Wednesday will win, who's a subscriber, will win a model kit. It's the giveaway I do every month. And then, I don't know. I'm going to try to stream from my Airbnb on Thursday next week. If I can, I will. If I can't, then I'm going to try to get some time in, because there are these things at PAX, which is fun, is these streaming pods. This company does like pods at conventions, and you can request time to stream. And I don't know if there will be like equipped with a second webcam that I could, or let me just like set up a secondary webcam to build, but it's worth asking. So I'm going to try to do that. Yes, Epic Open World. I have, I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to find it. I'm going to go over here. I gotta find the image here. Sorry. Um, so yes, I do have one panel that is definitely being streamed. I have two that are being filmed, uh, and then one I don't think are going to be filmed. So, um, the improvised post mortem is on Friday, next Friday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. That will be streamed on twitch.tv/PAX2 and hosted in this channel. And of course, that'll be my pinned tweet next week. I'm waiting until next week to pin it, but it'll be my pinned tweet. And then I have some stuff that's going to be filmed but not streamed. And then maybe on Sunday, a week from tomorrow, I might be on a panel that's going to be streamed. We're still confirming if I'm going to be a guest on said panel. I believe it to be true. And if that's true, then I will certainly let you all know. But I'm going to film the other ones, and then, like I said, I might end up using those pods if I can't stream out of my Airbnb, because I'm going to bring some of my gear with me to try to stream from the Airbnb. So we'll see. I hope I can. I'm bringing two little Lego sets. They're like 100-something piece kits, which are fun to do on the road. I thought they would be good kits for that. All right, so yeah, but yeah, I wish 404 it was being streamed. Unfortunately, it is not. Harold says, I hate that they put improvised postmortem at the same time as late night dub fight. Yeah, Harold, me too. I hate that as well, because I have some people that would want to go to one that is going to the other, that might go to both. But also, it means that not all of Loading Ready Run is doing that panel, but I don't know who isn't doing that panel, so the couple people that I know are doing that panel can't do my panel, and that was frustrating. It's my fault for not booking them before the schedule was done, but I'm still annoyed. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I've been up against Cards Against Humanity, and it's like, stop it. I understand what you're doing, I get it, but I get why they do it, but it negatively affects me. I will do another call, Epic Open World, looking for games. I'm going to do that on like Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll put another call out for the fake games for the second half. I did do that last week, but I'll probably do it again because it is good promotion. Basic idea that I do is just that I say, hey, retweet that. You know, I still get people who just tweet at me, and I'm like, no, it says retweet. You have to do the retweet part. If you want to be part of this silly thing that I'm doing, you've got to retweet. But I just say retweet and give me a fake video game name, and it might end the show. And it might. I don't pick all of them. I pick a lot of them. Some of them are just like repetitive. Like, look, I got like 3 Fire Emblem things, or I got a bunch of parodies of Mario Maker. I'm not going to include this. And some of them I'm like, this is an in-joke I don't get, so I'm not going to do it. But, you know, the lightning round is quick, so it moves fast. Trying to get... We're working on our little Yamcha here. Yamcha apparently is leaning his elbow out the window like a real trying to be cool dude. Last year they put you up against Lungrun's other improv panel. Yeah. So I think they did. Look, I think they do that because they're not necessarily looking out for. They're looking for people to have like, oh, okay, it's comedy and you can go to both of them. So they're not. I guess the goal is to not have it so people get turned away from things, to give them options. But yes, it is frustrating. The thing I need to do is, before the next show, the next time I do it, is just book Loading Ready Run folks on the panel before, so that way it won't be against them if I book enough of them. Epic World says, so if I sent you one that was Giant Bomb inside joke about Dan not knowing where butter comes from, that would not be a great option. I mean, if it's a funny name for a funny fake name for a video game, then sure. If it's not a funny fake name for a video game and just an inside reference, I'm probably not going to do it. The only exception to that is if it's an inside reference for someone who is on the panel. Like, I am retiring until it comes out. I'm retiring jokes about things that Dave Lang has worked on, but because we've done them a lot. But it's always funny to include jokes about things that Dave Lang has worked on. Because he worked on them, so it's funny to, talk about them. But he's there, so that would be awesome. I'd love to see Loading Run and Pat Baer. Yeah, I'm interested. Like, I don't know if anything's going to come of it, but I'm going to try to talk to a few folks about seeing if they're going to Unplugged again and maybe trying to collaborate at Unplugged on something. But at the very least, all of them would be great at Improvised Postmortem. Be right up their alley, and they would do very well in it. And it would be nice to do something with them. Outside of, having Graham and Adam do the Wrestle Show. There we go. That took a long time to get that arm right. We did. So now we can put Yamcha in the car, in the wagon. And then Yamcha's in the wagon, y'all. You cannot see it. There he is. That's Yamcha. We started with Yamcha. And now we're going to do... got a hat on because he's driving, I guess. No, we'll do Krillin. Krillin is literally standing up in the vehicle because I guess there's something going on. This is a really tiny van. Yeah. There's something going on right here, I guess. So Goku is leaning out the window and Krillin is literally standing up in the van. I don't know if you can even... Yeah, there's Krillin. Like I said, you got to paint these. That's part of the reason why they're inexpensive in Japan. And even import. Not bad. But yes, these are tiny vehicles. Also, here's the other thing. They're not to scale with one another, which is lame. A kit for... If you put like a Krillin from one next to a Krillin from the other, they could be totally different shapes, which is bad. That's a bad choice. Alright, Master Roshi is 9, and then A14 is his body. He's driving. You can get some body. But they're all cool little tiny kits. I like them. Fun little kits. Then arms are 5 and 8. Okay. 8. Yeah, other arm. Alright. So let's put together Master Roshi. We'll do Master Roshi's head first. For the stream on Monday, I will zoom in my overhead camera a little bit for this, especially as we apply stickers. That way you'll be able to see what I'm doing better. And it won't affect me, but it'll probably make for a better viewing for y'all on Monday, which is my next stream. Look at this fucking chill-ass dude. This motherfucker. Real chill. Real cruising dude. You can kind of see in the photo. Let me see if I can make it bigger. But yeah, look at them. Look at these dudes. Just being real chill. In their van, in their Dragon Ball van. I'm going to admit something to y'all right now, because I think it's funny, and you'll like it. I was looking up information on this, and someone went, there are 7 vehicles, like the Dragon Balls. And I went, oh, that's why there's 7. I should have known that. I am doing 404ing it, actually, Buzz. I had stopped doing it for a while I took over, like, a lot of the work on League of Heels because I tried doing 404ing it and running a booth for League of Heels, like a table, and that was not compatible. So I take a break, but I'm back. It is happening Saturday. I'm going to, once again, find the photo that I it's Saturday the 31st at PAX West. It's not being streamed, but it will be filmed. So it'll be on my YouTube channel, and I'll promote it here and all that. But I had taken a break. I think there was like PAX West 2018 I didn't do, and I didn't do it at PAX East this year. But since I'm not running the table because we're not doing a League of Heels panel, um, uh, I am able to bring it back with uh, Khalif White. It was fantastic. Not Khalif White. I'm mixing up names. Khalif Adams. I'm saying Kahil White because I was just talking to him. Khalif Adams and Xandra, who did all our incredible emotes. She's a fantastic artist. And Abby Russell. And it's going to be good. Like I said, my panel schedule will be on my pinned tweet. I'll probably do it tomorrow. But yeah, only one of my panels is going to be streamed of the 4 that I can say that I'm doing. But maybe Sunday night, I might end up at a panel that is also being streamed. All right, I'm going to wrap up there. On Monday, we will finish this. We'll put stickers on it. We will probably start a Lego set because this will not take 2 hours by any stretch of the imagination. There's no way this could take 2 hours. I mean, maybe I really fuck up all the stickers, but we'll finish that up because it's, like I said, not much. Tiny little fun kit. But thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody hanging out here at the Build with Baer workshop, and thank you very much for being here. Thanks for folks that are new. Thanks for folks that are returning after a hiatus, or they're busy with other things, and folks that are just, checking it out after, another night of being here, because they're here all the fucking time. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you on the next Build with Baer workshop. Bye-bye. Goodbye.